The time has come to pack up my house. We're gonna pack up, we're gonna organize, we're gonna clean, and we're gonna get the heck on up out of here, okay? It is currently the 17th, and we have to be out of this house at the end of the month, but the U-Haul is gonna be here on the 27th. So I have 10 days to pack up everything, get the house clean, scrubbed down, ready to go for the new people to come in to low-key get my deposit back. That's what we gonna do at 10 days. And knowing me and how I like to sit down, I need the 10 days. We're gonna get started today. I am going to be reading throughout this vlog, and so I'll share with you what I'm reading and my thoughts and all of that. However, because I'm gonna be really hands-on busy, I think I'm gonna need audio books. So a TBR, I'm not gonna set. It's just literally what's gonna be coming through my Libby holds. Truthfully. I also am like loosely joining the backlist readathon, and she does have some prompts, so I'm probably gonna try to you know, fulfill some of those prompts. The first prompt for that I'm gonna do is a book with green on the cover. It is St. Patrick's Day today, so it seems appropriate. I do have the audiobook for The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. This is the only other Rachel Hawkins book that I have on my shelves. It seems appropriate to get it listened to. I don't know. That's what we're gonna read. I don't know what it's about just yet. I will dive into that, and then of course I will let you know, but I do need to get started, and I think this room is gonna need most likely the most boxes. I think I need to get started on this room sooner rather than later. I told my husband, I was like, I will do the book room last. I'll like do the book room on Wednesday, the day before we load up the U-Haul. That way I have a room to film content in, and looking back on that decision is probably not a good one. I probably need to get started because, girl, because. Just for reference, my book room is already kind of a disaster because as I've been ordering stuff online, I've just been kind of shoving it over here so that we can just move it with us. I have all of these shelves. These are the books that I unhauled that I need to go through and sort which ones I'm going to be bringing to half price books and which ones I'm going to be bringing to a little free library. This is my craft stuff. Do I pack it or I'll leave it in those things? I don't know. Then I also have this side. I have some stuff on the walls. There's an empty box. These are some returns I have to return, some random stuff and whatever. I also have crochet stuff I need to figure out. We got a lot in this room specifically to figure out. So first things first is this, and then I also need to move this chair, relocate it. Here are the books ready to go for half price books. I'm adding this one. I finished it yesterday and I hated it. So we'll bring these sometime this week. Question is, what am I going to put in this hole? I don't like to lay the books on their spines, but I don't have any more packing paper. I gotta go to the store and get it, and I want to get these boxes packed and not go to the store. Oh duh, I could fit some paperback books right there, and that'll keep the books from sliding around. And then I don't want to overfill it either because I don't want to get it too heavy where I can't pick it up, which is why I chose smaller boxes. Okay, I still could use some packing paper, but it's fine, it's fine. You know what? Clothes. Well, I hope you're not here for packing tips because, you know, we are not professionals in this house. Box one, done. 2 boxes down, and I just realized that I might have to make B-roll. I don't know. I don't know if you're hearing my audiobook as I'm packing. Is that annoying? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But 2 boxes down, we have 1 empty shelf, and I started clearing off this thing. There's also books on the floor. I'm trying to not do it all hardback or all paperback. I'm trying to do a blend to make the boxes, I don't know, not break my back. I don't know. It feels weird not having a place to sit down in here to update you, but I need the space for the boxes. I also contemplated on getting rid of my reading chair, if you want to call it that, because I think I'm going to get a desk and put it in the office with the books. And so I don't know if we're gonna have a room for a desk chair, a reading chair, and all of these shelves. So I contemplated on getting rid of that chair, but now that I'm like standing up to update you, I kind of miss having a chair. We'll think on that one. It does need to be cleaned with the shampooer. I'll have to do that before we move. Oh, it's gonna be so good because at the new house, the rooms have carpet. There's tile in this entire house. It's nice tile, but nonetheless it's tile. And when we first moved in, I was like, wow, it's so pretty. Also, a lot of compliments on it, like in photos and stuff. People were like, wow, you have really nice floors. If you think about it, it really sucks. Having tile, it doesn't feel cozy at all because it's just tile everywhere. It like starts to feel like you're at a doctor's office because it's just, and you could put rugs and whatever. There's always constant echo. I hope because our new place has carpet and all, not in like the main living area, but in the bedrooms and the office, it will be more cozier and less echoey. And like maybe you'll hear my kids screaming less. That'll be a perk. I'm 10%, no I'm not, I'm 15% into the Heiress. And so far I don't know. I don't have any feelings towards it. Nothing's going on. We have our main, I don't even know the characters' names. Connor? Camden. His name is Camden. He's a grown man now and he's married, and I think her name is Julian. Listen, Camden was adopted when he was little, and his mother, Ruby, was the richest woman in North Carolina and also the most notorious. When she was like 2, she disappeared for a few months, and I believe they blamed the nanny at the time. The nanny thought the mom had her. The mom thought the nanny had her. Lo and behold, she was kidnapped. Another family was raising her. This family was raising her as kind of like a replacement. So this man stumbled upon her walking around in the woods by herself, and instead of bringing her to authorities or whatever, he's like, you know what, my kid just died a month ago. Welcome home, Ruby. A few months after he had her, she was found and brought back to her original family. But she sadly had passed away, left her entire estate and 9-figure savings account to her son, Camden. Camden didn't want it. He didn't want nothing to do with the money or the family or whatever. We don't know why. He was like, y'all can have it, I'm out. So he left and went to a whole nother state, found a girlfriend, turned wife. They've been living there for 10 years. The wife has also been pretty curious as to like, why are we living in this tiny ass little house when we could be living nice? She doesn't know. He doesn't really tell her, like, you know what I mean? So she's like, well, maybe if we go. So anyway, he gets a letter or something in the mail stating that his uncle or somebody had passed away, and they're like, you need to come down here and figure out what you're gonna do with this estate and this money. Now him and his wife packed up their stuff and they're headed there. And so that's where we're at right now. And we're getting the perspective of Camden, of his wife, present day, and then of his mom, I guess, right before she was in her 70s. I think she wrote him a letter. We're slowly seeing what is it, I don't know. So far, I don't really have any feelings. I'm not enjoying it. I don't hate it. I'm just, it's just, it's just there. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time and then I'll, of course, update you on there. But that's The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. I have, let's see, an hour before I have to leave to go get my daughter. I'm gonna try to get like 4 or 5 more boxes packed. We'll see. I'm gonna put on my audiobook. I'm gonna continue drinking my Monster. That's what was in my look up there, and get going. So, oh, she's got a secret. His wife, they're in the vehicle headed to North Carolina, and she's like, I need to tell him. I need to tell him now before it's too late. Tell him. No, I guess it's already too late, and then it hits to the next year. She's got a secret. Everybody's got a secret. We don't know nothing. We have no idea what's going on. just filled our 11th box, and it's about time for me to head on out to go get my daughter from school. I am out of packing tape, and I'm gonna need a lot more boxes because I've barely made progress. Like, I haven't even touched. Like, it's gonna take, I don't know, I would guess 30 boxes. We'll see. So far, we've got 11 packed. I am 26% into the book, and so far, I don't know, I'm still feeling the same. They finally have made it to the house, okay? They're finally there. They meet one of his family members that's low-key kind of bitchy. We're getting the letters from his dead mom talking about her life. She's done talked about her first husband. She's had plenty of husbands, and so I guess we're gonna see all of her husbands and what happened to them. I don't know, it's giving boring. It's giving boring, but it has such good reviews, which is mind-boggling. I'm gonna keep going though. I'm not like bored enough to DNF yet. You know what I mean? I feel like we haven't really got to the meat and gravy of the book. I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm gonna go and get my daughter. I'm gonna have to go to the store. Maybe my husband will go. I cannot do any more packing because I'm completely out of tape. Paul is gonna go to the store on his way home, bring home some packing tape, more boxes, packing paper, and a few other things. So until then, I'm just gonna be cleaning up around the house, listening to my little audiobook, but I'll save you that. And I will show you some packages that just came in. These aren't book related, but they're new house related. That's like, I told myself I was gonna go on a book buying ban, and then I didn't believe myself. But then, now that we're moving, I'm like, I am more motivated to buy stuff for the new house than I am to buy books. So this could be a good thing. Also, I've been having such bad luck with books lately. Everything that I'm ordering is coming in damaged or wrong, or they send like the completely wrong book. Anyway, the first package I got from Target. This is for my kids' bathroom / like the guest bathroom. Cute, fun, funky, fresh, bright colors. I want to do like some crazy wall art prints with this color scheme, but just like random things. And then I also got, think maximalist, kind of, because the rest of my house is not going to be maximalist, but I want the kids' bathroom to be, because I feel like that's a fun space to decorate. I got this rug to go in the bathroom. I think it's so cute. So that's for their bathroom. Then the other package is from Walmart, and it's just towels. Bathroom stuff, literally. Somebody please explain to me why towels are so expensive. Like $15 for a singular bath towel is insane to me. Insane to me. I did not buy those. Found some a teeny bit more cheaper. They're like not printed, they're solid, but they're textured, which I think adds to the towel. And I got Old Rose is the color. This is the brand from Walmart, Better Homes and Gardens. We needed new towels for our bathroom, so I got us 6 towels and some hand towels as well. And then my kids' towels are still good, so we'll just transfer those over to the new house. But it's exciting. I love refreshing things when you move. I like to buy like a new mop and a broom and a dustpan, because I feel like I don't want to bring the old one from the old house to the new house. I don't know why, I just don't. I also like to buy new trash cans. And then we're just refreshing some things like towels. I think I'm gonna get my kids some new sheets. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna take you along with me. But whew, that was like nails on the chalkboard when the box rubbed like that. I'm gonna go, because I can't pack or anything, I think I'm gonna go turn on my audiobook and just do some cleaning around the house until we get the supplies that we need to continue packing. That's what I'm gonna do. We done worked up our little sweat this morning. I just got done with my little hot mom walk. I'm trying to get back to moving my body again. I think after the holidays, the Christmas holidays, I haven't been able to get back on track, and I've been feeling it so hard. So today we squeezed in a little walk this morning. We got our little sweat on, cheeks are red. Got a little water. So if you're wondering, like, Beth, it's literally March. What are you doing with a Christmas sweater on? That's why. I like to walk in sweaters, and I use whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So last night I went and got some tape, 2 tapes, some more packing paper, and a good bit of boxes. So we're gonna make our move today. No, we're not. We're gonna make some moves today. We're gonna make good progress today. That's what I meant to say. In both our reading and our packing. Let's really quick go back to the book. So I am 55% into the Heiress. I didn't read much more yesterday after I stopped talking to you because I watched the iHeartRadio award thing, and then we watched a few shows that we are behind on, including The Hunting Party, which I am now caught up on. And if you love like Criminal Minds, I think you would really enjoy The Hunting Party. And the episode that we watched last night, you know the main guy Cliff from Bring It On? I haven't seen him act. I'm not a big movie buff, so take that for what you will. But I haven't seen him since he played in Bring It On, and he was in last night's episode. I was like, what a little treat. Anyway, so that was really good. I say last night's episode, I don't know when it fully aired. We record it, you know what I mean, and then watch it when we have time. And last night we had Celine, but we'll probably, okay, I digress. We're getting too far into this. Let's get back to our book, The Heiress. I am 55% into this one. I don't know exactly what we're building up to. It's so far, so we're getting, again, the three perspectives, the husband, the wife, and then letters from his mom. Her chapters is essentially her talking about her husbands. I believe she's got 3 dead husbands, and I believe she's killed all of them. Either 3 or 4 dead husbands. She's just telling us about these husbands. We're 53% in, and she's just now finally talking about her second husband. So her chapters are pretty boring. And then in the husband and wife's chapters, it's also pretty boring. The wife's up to something, that's for sure. But other than that, like, they're just, nothing's happening. And I don't understand why this has like a 3.8 rating on Goodreads. And part of me is like, just keep pushing, Beth. There's got to be something good coming. There's got to be something good coming for all these rave reviews. You know what I'm saying? So part of me wants to DNF it, but part of me wants to know what pushed people to give this a 5-star. A lot of people that I am friends with on Goodreads has given this book a 5-star. Now, I did go and read the reviews, and a lot of the reviews at the very end say, thank you so-and-so for the free book. And so I'm thinking, are these paid actors? I don't know. If nothing happens in this book is a dud, I'm going to assume that all of those 5-star reviews are paid actors. You know what I'm saying? So here's our 11 books that we packed yesterday. I think what I'm going to do is pivot and go pack this side up. And then once this side is packed up, I can scoot these boxes over here, and then we can finish packing this side up. I don't know. That's in my brain. That's what my brain is telling me to do. I just realized that in like the empty spaces in the boxes, I could use some of my yarn. So I've been, the last few boxes I've been putting like a skein of yarn in a little hole, but this box is super heavy because I have like these thick books in there, and then those ginormous Harry Potter coffee table books. So I think what I'm gonna do is wrap this up, put it on top, fill it with some yarn, and close it up. Oh my god, yeah, it is very heavy. These are all the boxes I've been packing. We are over 20 so far. I have done a lot of work. over here. I still have this side again. I have 4 small boxes left here, 6 more in the bedroom. So I have 10 more boxes left for books, and then I'll be out. My husband might have to stop at the store again for more boxes. And then I've also decided that I am going to pack my cross-stitching supplies in boxes so that they're not just like thrown around in the back of the U-Haul. And then we got to figure out what box to put Kaiser in. Kaiser, you want to go in the box? I also have been finding random things behind the books. I found some birthday balloons. I'm going to actually throw those in the trash. I found this. I forgot we even had this. It's like one of those things that you don't want to throw away because we paid a lot of money for this. But at the same time, what am I supposed to do with it? It's a diamond art painting of Harry Potter and Voldemort. So we're just gonna roll it right back out. Maybe one day one of my kids will be into Harry Potter and I can put it in a frame and hang it in their room. But as of right now, they could care less. Also, what I am about to do is take these shelves that come out, stack them, and then put all these little bits in a baggie so that I can put the baggie in a box with one of the books. One of the boxes with the books. So that I can easily find them when it's time to put the shelves back together. So I am 80% into the Heiress, and the real mystery is why am I still reading it? Truly nothing is going on. Unless something big happens in this last 20%, the book was pointless. The things that you would think would be the ultimate mystery of the book have already been revealed. So is there even going to be any type of twist? The reviews that say this is twisty, my favorite book of the year, like I don't see where it's coming from. And this is why I try not to read reviews before going into books. The main husband, his perspective is barely there, and it's low-key boring. Like, all they're worried about truly is just the money. The wife, and at first I was like, the wife's got something up her sleeve, but she really doesn't. She really doesn't. She's just there to convince her husband that they need the money. She's like, we need this beautiful house. Why are we renting a house, a tiny ugly house that we don't like, when we can be living in this 15-bedroom mansion? So nothing's really going on with her. And then we get the letters from Ruby, his mom, and we're learning more of her past and stuff, but she's still very boring. She's not a good storyteller, and her letters are boring. Like, the information that she's given us could be done well. It could be more descriptive and done well. It could lean like Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King, and we just get like this letter in her perspective of what happened, and we don't really truly need these other people. I don't know. I don't get it. And to the people who call this lady the Queen of Suspense, quit titling people queens and kings, because what? Okay, I'm gonna finish the book though, because I'm literally 80% in, and it'd be dumb to DNF it now, but when I can finish it and just add it to my number of books read for the year, I don't know. Girl, I am done for the day. I'm not done with the room. I'm done for the day. My feet are killing me. My back is killing me. I got started in here a little after 9. It is 12:51. We've been hard at work, my friends. Hard at work. I only have 5 more small boxes left, and I'm gonna need some more boxes. I've lost count as to how many boxes. It's probably gonna be close to 50 boxes of books. That's wild. But I also finished the book that I was reading, The Heiress. I look like hot trash. And not the good kind of hot. Listen, I finished the book, The Heiress. I will say the last 20% of the book, there was finally stuff going on. Finally, things were making sense. A little action was happening. Was it great? Absolutely not. What did it did it get entertaining? Absolutely not. I didn't care. It's like the first 80% was so slow and boring, and I didn't care about the customers. I didn't care about the characters to the point where when it did things pick up and people were showing their true selves, I still didn't care. It was better than Reckless Girls, but it still really sucked. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I fear. Am I gonna unhaul it when I unpack it at the new house? You bet your bottom dollar. So don't let me forget. Kind of sucks because the cover's cute, but it's not worth it. I will never reach for this book again. Sadly, I don't think she's gonna be an author for me in the thriller world. I will say I am not a huge fan of super domestic drama thrillers for the most part, unless they're really fucked up. This book wasn't fucked up, and it was literally just drama, family drama, and that's not the type of thrillers that I enjoy. And I feel like I'm no longer in this phase where I just buy random ass thrillers like I used to. Now I just buy random ass fantasy books. It's fine. I don't know where I'm going with this, but what I do know is I'm about to go sit down, cool off for a minute before I hop in the shower because I am hot. My back hurts. I need some ibuprofen, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna read next. Let me show you the room. So this is when you walk in the door. And I still have all of this going on, but I packed up all of my cross stitch stuff, so that makes me feel a little bit better. I mean, I wasn't careful, but I feel like it'll be fine. And yeah, so I need to figure out what to do with this yarn. I'm gonna try and see if I can't fit it into that bucket because that's more yarn in there. Also need to do something with these blankets. I need to finish them, truly. Yeah, so see you tomorrow. Good morning. It feels so echoey in here. I did move some of the boxes out of here into our dining room area to kind of where we're collecting all of the boxes so they're not all over the house. So I have more room in here to play because today, before I finish packing up these bookshelves, I need to haul some books. That way I don't have to worry about hauling them, putting them aside as I'm unpacking in the new place. So I'm gonna do that today, and then we'll get to packing up these books. But before I do that, I do want to update you on what I started reading. I also this week I am testing out a few makeup products that I haven't used in a while, trying to decide if I want to get rid of them or not. I like the color of this lipstick. I just put it on and my lips already feel so dry. And normally when I wear lipstick, I don't put lip gloss on top because it feels too thick. So I don't know, I might be getting rid of this color. Anyway, I think it's called Honey Lust by MAC, if you're at all curious. So I started reading Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. This is my book club's pick for, what is this month? March. We're doing the live discussion on this on Saturday. I literally waited last minute, babe. I am at Act 2. I'm listening to the audio though because I'm just too busy to sit down and read right now. So Act 2 is 102 pages into the book, and it says 7 years after the siege. So essentially in this book we have Camellia. She goes by Cam. She's just getting off maternity leave. They live in London. You know how long her maternity leave was? Her baby is 9 months old. America could never. It was an act of Congress for me to take 10 weeks off. 10 weeks off with my daughter. So she is coming off maternity leave. She has a daughter and a husband named Luke. Cam works in the publishing business, and I think she's a literary agent or something like that. And her husband is an author, not like a popular one though. So it's her first day back at work. She gets up in the morning and her husband's not there. She's like, Luke, you know, this is an important day. It's my first day back at work. It's the first day that our baby's gonna have to go to daycare. Where are you at? He does leave her a note. And on one side of the note, it says like, it was lovely, you know, being with you too, Luke. And then, I mean, it's probably worded differently. Let me see if I can, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so on one side of the note, it says, it's been so lovely with you both, L, and then an X. And then like, you know, XOXO, but like just the X, whatever. Anyway, I think it's kiss or hugs. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Then on the back of the paper, it says, if anything, but that has been crossed out. So she's like, that's suspicious. Anyway, so she winds up, you know, bringing her daughter to the daycare, and she goes into work and, you know, going on with her day, thinking like, you know, my husband hasn't even texted me. This is an important day. What's going on? Like, I'm stressed out. Is he stressed out? Like, I don't get it. And then while she's at work, police show up. Wouldn't you know, her husband has 3 hostages down at a warehouse. And she's like, I don't believe it. Something is up. Something's going on. This is not my husband. My husband is a very loving and caring man and father. He will even get up in the middle of the night and make me a meal if I ask him to. Like, he is not, this is not him. This is not, something is going on. This is not him. We don't get his perspective. We have absolutely no idea why he's doing this, what's going on, what did the suspicious note, what did it mean? Nothing. We don't know anything. We're literally just getting her perspective, and then we're also getting a perspective of Neil. Now Neil is, I don't remember his exact title. He's like a hostage negotiator type person, and we're getting his perspective. We do know that he also has a wife. Him and his wife don't have the best of relationship right now because he is very much a working kind of man. He is always at work. Work comes first in his eyes. But if you think about it, like, his job is literally important. On this day that all this is going on, I believe him and his wife had something planned, and he's like, I can't, I gotta go to work. And she's like, oh, is it a job or is it a job, you know, because like during the time where there's not a hostage going on, I guess he's at his job, but then when something big is going on, it's the job. Well, he tells her like it's a job, right? So he's this negotiator type guy, and he too is trying to figure out what is going on. First off, one of the hostages is a police officer's wife, and he's like, that's very strange to take 3 people hostage and one of them be a police officer's wife. Then he's just like having to make these decisions. Do we call in this man's wife to come to the scene? Do we not? Do we try to, you know, communicate with him right now? Like, whatever. He's going through all of that and his career and just whatever. We're getting a lot of that and a lot of like talk about his marriage and this, that, and the other. Well, the end of Act 2, something happens. Now it is 7 years later. I of course haven't started. I mean, I'm sorry. At the end of Act 1, something happens, and it just kind of like 7 years later. So we don't know. We don't know anything. We don't have any kind of answers. We don't know what's going on. We do know kind of how the siege ended, but we don't have any answers to anything. And I guess Act 2, we're gonna get those answers. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming it's a book and it's part of the plot. We do know that Luke was a little suspicious in the sense that when she was looking back at their like transactions, their bank history and stuff, when the cops like asked her to, she noticed that he was getting fuel in his car a lot more often than he should be. She noticed that he was driving around a lot more than he should be. She noticed that he would turn his phone off or like whatever. He is something suspicious was going on, but she didn't see it at the time. I mean, she had a new baby. She was probably wrapped up in the whole, and their baby wasn't sleeping, whatever, which is part of the reason why he was driving around to put the baby to sleep. But she was like, the baby would go to sleep within 30 minutes. Why was he out driving around for 5 hours? So far, I'm intrigued. I want to know what's going on. I need answers. What's going to happen, okay? That's this book. I'm going to continue this today, hopefully finish it today as I am finishing up packing these bookshelves. That way, like, not only did you get to see me packing up my book room, but you got to see me read 2 books. Fun times. I can't wait to get to the new place, and I can't wait to unpack and reorder. Let me tell you something first off. So last night my husband and I were talking, and because I have a lot of the books piled up in my dining room, my husband was looking at it and like, he was like, okay, so we have to fit all these boxes plus the other boxes that we're going to be packing up, plus we're going to have to fit the couches, the icebox, the washing machine, the dryer, our bedroom furniture, the kids' bedroom furniture. And he was like trying to piece it in his head, and he was like, I guess the last thing that we'll load up is the bookshelves, because if they can't fit, they can't fit. Sir? I'm sorry, what? We're moving to a town that doesn't even have a Walmart, and you want to just leave my bookshelves here? Sir? We might be getting a divorce, essentially is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm just kidding. If you really want to spend a few more $100 buying me new ones and getting them delivered, which if you buy stuff from IKEA, like furniture, the delivery fee costs more than the actual furniture that you buy, so if you want to be my sugar daddy and buy me some new bookshelves, then it's either that or you're going to be paying for a lawyer to get this divorce. Okay, book haul has been filmed. I'll edit it later. First, I need to get this room packed. We got to get this room packed. I did go to the store yesterday and pick up 10 more boxes. I think I had like 4 or 5 left when I stopped, and then I got 10 more. So I'm hoping we can fit all of these books. And then yesterday also, as I was moving the boxes out of this room to bring them to my dining room, them motherfuckers are heavy. People are like, you need to get medium boxes. No, there was one medium box that I had my husband's books in because we kept his books in the office. I couldn't pick it up. I could not physically pick it up. There was no way I would have been able to pack this room using bigger boxes than the boxes that I got. I also had somebody say use luggage. All of my books would not fit in one suitcase. Sorry, not gonna work either. And I'm not gonna go buy 10 rolling suitcases. No, it's cheaper just to buy. Okay, anyway, let's get to packing. One thing I do know is I could never be a professional mover because my back is already hurting. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes so far today, and I am hurting. But I did get a package in the mail from Simon & Schuster. So let's open it together. Does not look familiar. Christy Woodson Harvey, Beach House Rules. I don't even know what this is about, girl. You didn't hear from me, but which Juniper Shores, North Carolina mother-daughter duo is hiding out at the Mommune, aka Alice Bailey's bed and breakfast turned single mom halfway house? Literally barking for no reason. I have 5 and a portion over there left of books, 5 shelves, and then a portion to pack, and have an hour before I have to go get my daughter. So can I finish all of these in an hour? I probably can if I stop talking and get moving. So 1, 2, 3, and we are. It's probably not gonna match up, but you can imagine it matching up. Okay, done. With the books anyway, I still have some few trinkets and stuff that I need to pack up, but that's an extra book. I already had a copy, so I'm gonna find a Frito-Lee library, a little free library to put that in. But all of the other books are packed up, and I literally have one more small box left, and that is it. So I think there was like 46 boxes packed of just books. I might have to do a recount once we're there, but that's probably way off, actually. I don't even know, girl. I don't lose count because some of the boxes are already moved out of this room. But what time is it? Because I have to leave at 2. It is 1:15. Wow, I did all of that in 15 minutes. Okay. Slay. I do have a dolly to use, so I've been using this, but let me just tell you, I've never used a dolly before. Yesterday when I was initially moving all of the boxes out of here from the first round, and it's a lot harder than it looks. The amount of times I thought I was gonna knock my teeth out trying to tilt this back to get it rolling, it's a lot harder, especially when the boxes are, like the book boxes are okay, but when I was putting like the cross stitch box on here, or I was putting heavier boxes on here, it's not easy as it seems. So, but I have this dolly, and we're gonna get dollying. Okay, I really need to go take this lipstick off. I feel like it just gets worse the longer I wear it. I also wanted to update you on the book really quick because I am about halfway through. There's not too much that I can talk about, I feel like, because then I would kind of give away, like I went to go look at the synopsis of the book on Goodreads. The synopsis, like famous last words, literally I told you what the note said. It's on like page 2 of the book. I told you what the note said, and the synopsis makes it seem like the note that was left to her was super, super, super important, but as of right now, it's not. In Act 2, it's been 7 years. She hasn't been able to fully move on. Like, she's trying to date someone, but it's not the same as her ex-husband because he was just so, so good to her. She's also trying to get a death certificate, like file for one, because it has been 7 years, and so she needs that in order to sell the house that she's living in and move somewhere else, because she can't sell the house because it's in his name and her name. So then we also have Niall, the police person who is still to this day haunted by this entire thing because they still don't have answers 7 years later as to what happened, what truly went down, why it went down, what made, and then also who the 2 people, the hostages, were besides the cop's wife. The other 2 people, they have no idea who they were. They've not been able to identify them 7 years later. It's just a crazy situation that has gone on, and essentially she's trying to move on with her life, trying to find another whatever, trying to figure out how to talk to her daughter about this because their daughter is now fixing to be 8 years old. It's just hard to talk about it because you can't really talk about it because then I give away what, but I personally don't think what happens at the end of Act 1 is a spoiler, but for the sake of everybody else, I'm just not going to tell you. You could probably guess, though. It's not hard to guess. That's where I am. Okay, I'm gonna go remove this crusty, dusty ass lipstick and get these boxes moved. I'm gonna have so much fun when it's time to unpack all of this stuff because I'm just, at this point, it's just getting random. I have this blanket, it's done. I just have to weave in the ends, and then I want to put a border on it, but that's why this blanket's not done. But this is for my son. Hopefully I'll get it done shortly after the move so he can put it on his big boy bed. This blanket's fully done, including the border. This was my book blanket for 2024. Each row resembles a book that I read, and the color depends on what I rated the book. The only thing is I have to weave in the ends, and that's all that's left of this blanket. It's just a tedious task. And then we'll just throw in all of the rest of the yarn. And that's all the yarn. There's still some room in there. I think I can wrap some of the like breakable stuff and bury it in the yarn. That's a good idea, actually. I have this jar of crochet hooks, and then this goes to my Lowry stand. This was in my daughter's nursery when she was little. It will be hers when she's old enough to know better, not to destroy it. So I keep it in my room. You're doing a great job, Beth. I have this random candle holder, a globe that we got from like Home Goods, I think. I guess I can put this Harry Potter diamond art painting in there, this fake plant, this plastic thing that I normally keep my annotation supplies in. And I think that's all that I'm gonna put in there, because the other stuff is either, I have this random shelf acrylic thing. I think that's it that I'm gonna put in here. I'm gonna shove a few pieces of like paper in here and close it up. So if you wanna hire me as your mover, expect a mess. I'm just kidding. Just like that, we are all packed up. It's crazy. It's so bright in here with just the white shelves. I was thinking of painting the shelves, but that seems like a lot of work, so I'm probably not gonna do that. But what if I get some peel and stick wallpaper and just put it on the backs of it, like a floral grandma core type wallpaper, just to give the shelves some oomph. I don't know, I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it, I'm just thinking about it. It's crazy, crazy. But thank you for keeping me company as I packed this room up. I am not quite done with the book that I started, and it would feel a little weird if I just ended this without telling you my thoughts on that book. So I'll check in with you one more time to let you know my thoughts on the book, probably tomorrow. But today, I shall say thank you. And I can't wait to hang out with you while I put it back together at the new place. It's gonna be fun.